Alright, with that said, let's continue. And start.
Imagine right now, what does the apocalyptic destroyer of worlds look like?
Stop thinking, because you're wrong. It's these pudgy pink terrors. Kirby, Nintendo's floating puffball of never-ending cheer and dreams.
And Majin Buu, the most vicious monster
Majin
in the Dragon
Buu
Ball
has
universe.
this.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
No contest.
Over 1,000 years ago, an epic war waged throughout the universe. The legendary Star Warriors battled against the vile Nightmare for the freedom of everything that ever was. Ultimately, good prevailed, but at the cost of many, many lives. Yet, one infant Star Warrior escaped the carnage, destined to awaken a millennium later and save the galaxy. His name is Kirby.
Hi!
Wait, what? The cute and cuddly pink puffball who lives in Happy Land? Are you sure you're reading the right backstory?
Yes, he crash-landed on Popstar, the most confusingly shaped planet ever, and has been defending the Kingdom of Dreamland ever since.
But look at him! He's just so adorable and cuddly. He couldn't hurt a fly.
Kirby is a ravenous cannibal who thrives on the blood of mass murder.
Did you do this?
Holy shit!
He may not look it, but Kirby is a powerhouse. He possesses incredible strength, speed, durability, and an arsenal stranger than an average day in Florida.
His trademark power is his inhale ability, which sucks almost everything in with a powerful vortex. With it, he can clear out everything from a quick meal to an acre of forest in a matter of seconds.
Plus, Kirby's body is malleable, allowing him to stretch his mouth and inhale larger objects. Though he does have trouble wrapping his mouth around extremely large and heavy things.
Like my dick!
Kirby weighs practically nothing, allowing him to inflate his body and fly like a sentient balloon. He can also traverse the skies and outer space using his personal vehicle, the Warp Star.
Which he can call up at any time on speed dial. No, really, he uses a cell phone. Somebody get me that number. I tried 1-800-PINK-RIDE, but it was something else.
The Warp Star is Kirby's primary means of transportation through the universe, and can fly at speeds faster than light. It is forged of Kirby's own energy, so, while delicate, should it be destroyed, Kirby can easily create a new one on his own, making the cell phone kind of pointless.
I'd be happy to take that phone off of his hands, though I'm a bit iffy on standing anywhere near that star-driving balloon marshmallow. Look at him! He doesn't even care! He's a monster!
It's about to get even worse. Guess what just happened to that poor creature? See, when Kirby swallows a victim, they don't exactly die. Turns out Kirby's stomach is, in fact, an entirely separate and endless dimension of reality.
So he never feels full. Talk about getting your money's worth at an all-you-can-eat buffet, though.
Kirby can trap thousands of victims in this abyss. Then, he can actually enter his own stomach dimension and draw from his captive's power using his copy ability.
How in the hell does he, swallow himself?
He likely projects an astral image of himself within the dimension which can act on the physical plane.
Oh, that makes sense.
Anyway, with the copy ability, Kirby's form and power change based on what he's eating. By devouring an enemy with a mallet, he can become Hammer Kirby, a master of whack-a-mole.
Fire Kirby can unleash a torrent of flame and survive all manner of heat. Ice Kirby freezes foes solid. Wheel Kirby is fast enough to drive around the entire Kingdom of Dreamland in under 2 seconds.
This is going to be another one-sided match.
Where he's going.
There's Mike Kirby, whose singing talent is apparently so awful,
Like
everything that
Vegeta
hears
versus
it dies.
Shadow.
Like Wiz at karaoke night with the ladies.
Yeah, hey!
Stone Kirby is nearly indestructible, and Sword Kirby is a master with a blade. He can even fire sword beams, which can cut through anything without mercy. Damn! But that's not all. He can pour a ton of energy into the blade and make it grow into the powerful Ultra Sword.
Fighter Kirby is a master martial artist, and by inhaling a miracle fruit, he becomes Hypernova Kirby, capable of devouring worlds. Last but not least, by absorbing his own Warp Star, Kirby can create his ultimate weapon, the Star Rod, a magical staff powered by dreams and capable of destroying evil. And most of the moon.
The only problem with Kirby's copy ability is they don't last. One bad hit and there it goes.
But even without an added ability, Kirby is remarkably tough. He's powerful enough to crack a planet in half, fast enough to run on water, and strong enough to throw a monster 30 times his size on a frying pan all the way to the sun, circle the burning star, and return to Kirby's feet with a perfectly cooked monster.
I think that might be the most ridiculous feat we've ever seen on Death Battle.
Yes.
But he's
Yes,
not
it is.
just strong. He's so tough that he was barely phased after being crushed under thousands of tons of pressure, and effortlessly survived an explosion massive enough to eclipse the entire world.
He's achieved all of this
Wow.
despite being only 8 inches tall.
See, it's not the size of the monster, it's how he throws a fucking humongous frying pan into the sun and back.
Well, Kirby does have one crucial flaw. He's a baby, and has yet to fully mature as a Star Warrior.
Yeah, he's not too bright, so he's not gonna be whipping up any genius strategies mid-fight. Fortunately, he's powerful enough to get away with it. Kirby is the most adorably terrifying thing in the world.
Okay, that's cute. Ugh. Very cute.
True terror is something unpredictable, unstoppable, and dreadfully deceiving.
A perfect description for the pink monstrosity.
I'm a
known
Dragon Ball
as
Z fan.
Majin Buu.
Majin Buu is extremely powerful. Kirby doesn't stand a
Majin
chance.
Buu is a fat pink man-sized baby thing with enough power to destroy a planet, and I assume he's made of some sort of bubblegum. Probably Big League Chew.
Buu has
Something.
existed since the dawn of time, but was only discovered 5 million years ago by the nefarious wizard Bibbidi. Bibbidi released Majin Buu on a helpless universe, intent on destroying
Friends with
everything.
Junimba.
After annihilating hundreds of planets, Bibbidi set his sights on Earth, sending Buu ahead in a sealed capsule just waiting to be released.
But then Bibbidi got himself killed before he could get to Earth and release the Pink Terror. But no worries, the weird lizard wizard thing had a backup plan in the form of a magic clone named Bobbidi. Yes, clone, not son, that was a mistranslation.
Oh,
So
okay.
Bibbidi, Bobbidi, and Boo. Put them together and what do you get?
A Disney lawsuit.
Yeah,
Anyway,
probably.
the doppelganger Bobbidi set out on a quest to recover Boo and complete Bibbidi's plan.
Eventually, Bobbidi found Boo and opened the monster's shell. But turns out there was a slight defect, and Boo was,
A complete idiot.
Is this the great Majin Buu? Are you positive?
Boo is the equivalent of a man-sized toddler with the power of 1 billion nuclear warheads.
And Deborah was just as strong as
Talk about
Super
your
Perfect
terrible
Cell.
twos. Boo has a ridiculous arsenal for killing worlds. He can fly, shoot lasers, destroy cities by breathing too hard, and can fire a beam from his head penis that
No
turns
chance.
people into candy.
Kirby
Boo's
stands no
it's not
chance.
his genitals, it's his... Well, actually, I don't know what it is. Which brings me to his strangest ability, his whole body in general. Whatever he's made of, it's magic in nature. Boo's body can be pulled, stretched, or even ripped apart with no negative effects.
He can even pull entire slabs from his belly and use his own flesh as a weapon. Ah, this is just getting stranger and stranger.
Yes, and he apparently does feel pain, though it seems to please him, like some sort of combat masochist. Fortunately, his body can regenerate almost instantly.
He can be blasted to smithereens and reform himself in seconds. He's practically invincible.
Boo can mimic any key
Yes.
attack after seeing it in action only once. This is how he learned Goku's Kamehameha Wave and Supreme
true.
Kai's instantaneous movement teleport. But his copying prowess goes even further. He can physically absorb other people, transforming his mind and body.
Yes, come to me!
That's the most disturbing thing I have ever seen.
At the time it
Each
was.
version of Boo has a different personality based on whom he's absorbed. Fat Boo is cheerful and childlike due to absorbing the carefree Grand Supreme Kai. But then there's his original and most dangerous form, Kid Boo.
He's so tiny. He's
Which-
like a little
which is the
kid
most
in MC Hammerpants.
destructive,
This can't seriously be his deadliest
out of control.
form.
Kid Boo is
Villain.
pure rage incarnate.
He's a monkey.
He can get so angry, he's capable of tearing holes in the fabric of reality just by screaming.
Or if he's fed up with whatever planet he's on, he'll just blow it to bits with his planet burst attack.
In a universe chock full of planet busters, Majin Buu is one of the strongest. He has destroyed entire galaxies by systematically obliterating each planet one by one over time.
He's
technically
defeated
he's
most of Dragon
a
Ball
galaxy
Z's
buster.
most powerful characters, including Vegeta, Gotenks, and Gohan.
He one-shot the King of the Demon Realm and easily bested the Supreme Kais.
Who are like the gods of other gods. So needless to say, Buu is pretty friggin' strong.
But he's also extremely cocky, caring little about strategy or personal safety. And while his regenerative ability seems to make him indestructible, Buu is one of the only Dragon Ball characters whose body has been visibly affected by ordinary bullets.
And while being able to destroy planets, his body's not tough enough to tank the explosion, forcing him to regenerate from a mass of pink particles.
He
Despite
just
having the
doesn't
mind
care.
of a child and a body of Play-Doh, Majin Buu might just be the deadliest villain in Dragon Ball history.
Make that big.
Until Golden Frieza comes along, of course.
Alright, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, if you like Dragon Ball, make sure you check this out.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Super Saiyan God Goku, he's my best friend.
Then why do you hate me, Buster?
What?
My Super Saiyan God form would eat Superman for lunch, like a delicious muffin. That's right, I'm talking to you, Ben Singer. But you can't even sing.
Oh, that was good.
We see them, Ben. They're very angry. We see the comments. We see everything.
I don't want you anymore.
What?
Merry Christmas.
You too can own one of these totally not possessed limited edition pop vinyl figures exclusively at Funimation.com. Click the link below and use the code DBZScrewAttack for 10% off only at Funimation.com. But right now,
That's funny.
it's
I like
time
that.
for our death battle!
Who has this? Here we go. Oh, typical Boo.
We gotta eat you up! You make Boo mad! Boo make you dead!
I'll give him 10 seconds. Wait a sec. That's outside help. That's outside help. So, he's beating Majin Buu. Seriously. Bull. This is bullshit. Oh, look, more outside help.
You hurt Boo! Almost!
Wait, so hold on. That's not how generation absorption works with Majin Buu. He just doesn't gain a sword like Kirby. Wait, so what? How can Kirby keep up with Majin Buu? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. He ducked. Seriously. Oh, come on, that's not strong enough for Ooh, Majin Buu. Oh, Kid Buu. And Kid Buu just destroyed him just like that. This fight should have been over within like two seconds. What? Oh. Okay, let's see what he does. Okay. Stop. Doomed to pieces. Oh, this won't be good. It's over.
No
Bullshit.
way. Did
No
that
way.
seriously just happen?
Yep, oddly enough, Kirby's strength, speed, and durability matched and surpassed Boo's. Yes,
Like,
Boo has more
look at
destructive
this.
capability, but Kirby's inhale and copy ability let him absorb and rebound anything that could have killed him.
And Kirby's no slouch when it comes to power. He tanked a planet-sized explosion without a scratch, when the same kind of blast turns Boo into mush.
Of course
and
it does.
remember
He's
the frying pan thing?
Goo.
Popstar is approximately the same size as the planet Shiver Star, which is actually a post-apocalyptic Earth. This means Popstar's gravity and escape velocity must be similar to that of Earth's. Throwing the giant acid monster Popon up to the sun means Kirby threw at least 3.5 tons over 25,000 miles per hour. And that's not even counting the giant frying pan or the return trip.
And Kirby's
Bullshit.
Warp Star moves faster than light, a speed Boo has never had to combat before.
Yes, he has.
Boomstick! Boo could have teleported away from the planet burst ball, right?
Well, his instantaneous movement has limits in extreme situations, such as when
Bullshit.
he didn't use it when a similar giant ball of murder was killing him at the end of Dragon Ball Z.
Boo just couldn't stomach this fight.
The winner
No.
is Kirby.
No, bullshit. This is bullshit. No.
Next time on Death Battle.
Okay, where you go first?
Have an idea for a death battle?
No,
Leave it in the
bullshit.
comments below.
Want to
Absolute
win
bullshit.
a copy of
No.
this episode's script signed by Wiz and yours?
I'm not saying this
Kirby?
because I'm a
Well,
Dragon Ball
scroll
Z
down to
fan.
the green widget below
That
and
was
enter to win.
bullshit. No.
Thank you for watching.
No. Yeah, your research sucks. So, here's what I have to say to this bullshit.
I have evidence to prove everything they said about Kirby winning this fight. There's this guy named the AF17's, and he gives pretty damn good proof that this fight was bullshit. There's a link in the description box below to that video if you guys want actual evidence that this fight was bullshit. In power scaling, they are saying that Kirby is stronger than Goku at the end of Z, cause Kid Buu was stronger than Goku in his Super Saiyan 3 form. So does this mean that Kirby can actually beat Superman 2? If this is the case? Screw Attack, you are really losing it, dudes. The fight itself was absolute bullshit. Also, you broke one of your own rules. You said no outside help, and what was Kirby doing? Eating monsters to gain their abilities. And before anybody out there says, oh, but Majin Buu was doing the same, well, here's the thing. That's not how Majin Buu's absorption works. His appearance changes, his personality changes, he gains the knowledge of the person he absorbed. Screw Attack obviously hasn't seen Dragon Ball Z. If Screw Attack was going to go balls to the wall, they might as well have put in Super Buu with Gohan. Also, why Buu versus Kirby? I mean, you could have done something so much better. Like instead of Shadow versus Vegeta, which even I think was one-sided, you could have done Kirby versus Shadow. Why? Because they are polar opposites. Or Super Buu with Gohan versus the Martian Manhunter from DC. Why? Because they can ship-shape their bodies. And it's a fight I would love to see. Screw Attack, make it happen. And this time, calculate it right. Or even better, Vegeta versus Thor. Why? Well, because they're both gods. Vegeta recently became a Super Saiyan god, and they're both princes of their races. I would love to see this fight. Hell, even the AF17's made a video on this. There's a link in the description box to that video. I really thought this was going to be a one-sided fight, which I wasn't happy with. And let me tell you guys something. I don't hate Kirby. In fact, the game looks really, really fun to play. I wish I had the time to, play it if I had the console in the game. And before anyone out there who's about to say, oh, you're just angry because Majin Buu lost, a Dragon Ball Z character lost at this fight, ha 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 ha. Well, let me tell you guys something. Even though I thought this fight was complete bullshit, if Screw Attack wasn't biased fanboys and actually did their research properly, then I wouldn't have nothing to complain about. I'm actually doing some research and a solution to the Goku versus Superman debate, but that's an entirely different video altogether. So look forward to that video. In fact, I've already made part 1 of the video, so if you guys want to check out that video, I'll leave it in the description box below. Anyways, back to Buu versus Kirby. Even though this fight was bullshit, even I know that there are characters out there that Buu, Goku, Kirby, Superman, and other characters cannot beat. I mean, in fact, if Majin Buu went against a character that even I know that he can't win against, then I wouldn't have nothing to complain about. If Screw Attack gave us solid evidence that that Goku, would lose against Superman, or Kirby can beat Majin Buu, then I would have absolutely nothing to complain about. And I really, really mean that. I'm not one of those elitist fanboys that bitches and complains about their favourite characters not winning. In fact, when Goku lost against Superman the first time, and Screw Attack gave us evidence as to why he would lose against Superman, they got me. I honestly and truly believed their word. I thought, okay, these guys know what they're talking about. They've done their research and, this and that and the other. And they said it's their jobs to analyse who would win a death battle. And you know what? I trusted them. I really did trust them. And then the second fight of Goku versus Superman came along. And to be honest, I had to look around the internet looking for what other people thought about this fight. And to be honest with you, a lot of people made a lot of good points. Like, at the end of the first fight, Screw Attack says they calculated Goku's power when he was on Snake Way. And to be honest, they screwed up there because Goku's base form gets stronger each time. It's not just his forms that get stronger, it's also his base form that gets stronger. I mean, Goku in his base form can beat Frieza at full power now. But again, I'm going off track. Guys, come on. You screwed up with Goku versus Superman twice, and some people have said that you screwed up with Gaara versus Toph, which I'm not really 100% sure. As soon as I've seen what Gaara can do at the end of Naruto, and I've got around to watching Avatar, I'll look into that and give my judgment on the thing. Come on, Screw Attack. We look to you guys to settle disputes on characters, like who would win in a fight and such. So come on, don't let us down. Have you guys ever, considered getting two groups together? Like one side will come from one fan base and the other one will come from a different fan base. Have a talk with each other, saying who would win, what their feats was, what they did, and all stuff, and then just come to an agreement and then make the videos. I mean, did you ever consider doing that? Because it takes a true fan to understand their character's feats and how powerful they can be. You can't just look up information about them and just say, oh yeah, okay, this character will win because he can do this and that. No, you have to watch the full content of each character, of what media they come from, or game they come from, or comic or manga they come from. You need to look through the entire media to understand what these characters can do, even if it's your favorite character and it's going against a character that you don't like. Even if that character you don't like has more power than what your favorite character has, you know that character is going to win. I mean, you cannot just say, oh, my favorite character can do this because he can do that. But you know what? That's not how it works. You guys need to be unbiased and fair in your matches. You cannot just say, oh, he can do this because he can do that. No. You need to be fair in your fights, okay? Otherwise, you are going to lose subscribers and supporters. Okay, your animation and fights are entertaining and gorgeous, but you need to be accurate with your information. Otherwise, you're gonna end up with loads of fans bashing you, just like the Goku and Superman fans are. Well, mostly the Goku fans. I mean, the Superman fans are probably like, ha ha ha, Superman won, ha ha ha. But you know what, guys? You really need to work on your information gathering. You really do. So again, go to the description box below to watch the AF17's video on why this fight was bullshit. He makes a better argument than what I was going to do. He has really debunked this fight completely. So go and watch that, and go and watch Kirby vs Majin Buu on Screw Attack, which is in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, follow me on Twitter and Tumblr. I'll see you guys next time.